car was quick enough to be competitive this year, and probably will be competitive.
Will the jealously guarded modifications do the four-time champion justice this weekend?
Oh, we should be faster. I mean, we have improved the engine horsepower, we have improved a little bit details around, which I don't want to get into obviously, but it will be faster than what we had in Suzuka. How much? Whether it's enough?
For sure, finishing races is very important, and high levels of reliability tend not to come until later in the season. But that's really the main consideration why we haven't brought a new car, because we didn't feel we'd done enough work with it to be as confident as we wanted to be in the reliability.
Almost everybody has an opinion on Ferrari's strategy. Williams' technical director offers one of the more considered.
Well, on the one hand, it was a very good chassis, and it shouldn't harm them too much. But on the other hand, it wouldn't be too good for us if we got beaten with our 2002 car by Ferrari's 2001 car.
The front-runners prepare for the moment of truth, the first qualifying session of the season. We will now find out just how fast the new and old cars really are. David Coulthard is one of the first to venture out in these unusually cool conditions. But a daydreaming Jacques Villeneuve ensures the Scot an initial test of the escape road. Nothing much for Ron Dennis and Adrian Newey to worry about, as their charge proves just minutes later. Coulthard snatches provisional pole, but the contenders are lining up. Ralf Schumacher lowers the target time, prompting Barrichello to make a move. His teammate is a step ahead and promptly outpaces his brother. Using the F2001 is hardly a retrograde step, and Barrichello looks on course to reinforce that fact. Has Barrichello put one over his team leader? The oncoming rain should act as a guarantor. Juan Pablo Montoya could be stranded by the shower in a disappointing sixth position. Has he left it too late?
No, it's coming down very heavy on the pit straight now, Juan.
Really wet, thank you. Well, we can't control the weather, Juan. We've got to have a go at it, don't we? No, when it's still drizzling and you send me out when it's still drizzling, that's not blame the weather, you know. That's risking the car when we don't need to.
Timing in a wet-dry session has never been a problem for Barrichello. All his poles have come in similar circumstances. But how will this result affect Ferrari's game plan?
Rubens and yourself said earlier that you might sit down and have a discussion to plan tactics for tomorrow. Have you had that discussion yet?
No, we're going to have a nice glass of wine or a bottle and then we see.
Alcohol was kept to a minimum, but the drivers may be hungover on race tactics as the moment of truth is almost upon us. Unfortunately for Arrows, they get a depressing reality check even before it arrives. Electrical problems leave Frentzen and Bernoldi rooted to the grid as the rest of the field start the warm-up lap. They will now have to start the race from the back of the grid, the worst possible start for team boss Tom Walkinshaw. The other 20 starters have almost completed the lap, and it's by no means certain that either Arrows will manage that. Maybe they should have taken a leaf out of Ferrari's book. Will last year's model still reign supreme? Race director Charlie Whiting ends the speculation. However, it's the run to the first corner that will make the headlines. A chain reaction quickly ensues.
Yanni, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, at the moment there is no red flag, at the moment nothing.
Thankfully Ralph is perfectly okay, but there are plenty of mechanical casualties in the midfield. Raikkonen's McLaren escapes relatively unscathed, while the spare cars are prepared for the unfortunate 8.
Safety car, Yanni, safety car, mate.
Panic